How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and today going to be showcasing the physical Merged Zamasu. And this is definitely going to be a bit more of an interesting one, and the reason why is just simply because 99% of the time you're going to be using this physical Merged Zamasu to raise, the super attack of the tech one. However, there are certain aspects of his card, primarily, his link set, that tend to be overlooked, but nonetheless, going to go ahead and show him off on this Potara team, and of course going to be using certain rotations to just basically optimize him. But hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. Now, to quickly go over what he does, his leader skill is one that I wish this game did more of, but unfortunately it's just something that is never going to be relevant. I have played around with leader skills like this before, but pardon me. So he reduces the attack and defense of N-type allies by 20%. So would have been cool to see, leader skills like this be useful at some point in time against particular Dokkan events, but we are too far gone. It's too far gone for that. But to carry on with the rest of the card, he causes huge damage and lowers defense. He reduces the attack of the attacked enemy by 25%. So you have to attack someone, and then that's when they lose a 25% attack. But his biggest strength by far, apart from having the farmable super attack, is the fact that he has an incredible link set. He has Nightmare, Fuse Fire to big bad bosses, Dismal Future, and Cold Judgment. Of course, his main attack link is going to be Nightmare and the big bad bosses link. So I'm actually very curious to see how hard he can hit with a 340% attack increase from the double leader skill. Being at super attack 10, apparently at super attack 10, he gets a power up essentially, so his attack increases even more. And he unfortunately has a 12 Q multiplier of 130%. But one thing I was thinking about is I kind of wish that just SSRs like this had their own potential systems, just something separate from the ones that the SSRs have, because it would just allow you to make certain units like this hit a bit harder. So that is what it's like at the moment, which admittedly isn't actually that impressive, but you know what, we're gonna get him up there. I believe in the potential of this man. But to be honest, the thing that lets him down the most by far is that 12 Q multiplier, but I'm pretty certain that as soon as we pair him up with Rose, he is going to be performing even better. But it's little things that count, to be honest. Just activating certain links that aren't activated, that frequently on his team. Stuff like big bad bosses, Nightmare, is very useful when you have a unit like Super Saiyan Rose Loki Black. You may not have Merged Zamasu, you may not have regular Zamasu. To make the most of certain units, you may want to consider running someone like the physical Merged Zamasu. He may not necessarily hit that hard himself, but at least he has a damage reduction. At least he is providing something with his link set. It's just nice when you can make the most of certain particular units that necessarily wouldn't provide that much. So one thing that I am going to do here is I'm going to attack the Goku. Okay, we have a tight disadvantage here. Our defensive stat is 15,000. We are getting a 25% defensive increase from the Goku. Even so, I want to see how much of a difference this actually makes with the, the tight disadvantage. But the Zamasu's up there as well. He is activating that Nightmare link. Of course, Dismal Future as well. I believe Cold Judgment is actually active here. Let me double check. Oh, and that just popped up. I do apologize. Does the... No, wait, does he have it? So the Zamasu, and unfortunately we've got super attack there, but the Zamasu actually has Cold Judgment link, which is a 20% defensive link. That is another link straight away that isn't necessarily that common being activated on this particular link or team because of the addition of that physical Merged Zamasu. So yeah, that was kind of a bad representation of what he could actually do, because I kind of just took a super attack to the face. But even so, let's see what we can do on the next stage. That's where it really counts. Because of course, later stages of an event are the toughest ones by far. But I do want to see how hard he can hit with the Rose in play, especially with the attack increase from the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. And if you don't know already, the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black does provide an attack increase if he's, well, not if he's first in the rotation, but Obviously, once I super attack with the Rose, he's going to be providing an attack increase for basically everyone else in this particular rotation. And right now, we are activating the Cold Judgment link, which is a 20% defensive link. We are also activating Big Bad Bosses and Nightmare, which is obviously great. And his defensive stat shot up, even as a Zamasu, his defensive stat shot up to 69,000. That is dope. Okay, let's see what happens to him. Again, giving the physical Merged Zamasu an attack increase there. Now, just look at that. Okay, no dupes in my rows. And look at how much of a difference this physical Merged Zamasu is making on this particular team. Shot up to 160k. We are going to lower his attack here. And let's see how well we can tank here. Look at that. 4 digits. That's not bad. I mean, you have to take into account, this is just basically an Awakened Super Rare, right? And just taking that into account, I'm very impressed. I mean, he isn't getting any attack increases from his passive. It's all coming from his link set for the most part. Obviously, 12 key super attack makes a difference. Attack stat makes a difference. Leader skills make a difference. But almost 200k for a unit like that is honestly very impressive. Just a bit of a shame, like I said, that SSRs don't have, or super rares I should say, don't have their own potential system, or at the very least are a part of the current one that we have. So let's quickly go over the defensive stat for the Merged Zamasu right now. It is at 23,000, which is still extremely high. He does lower defense, which is one thing I forgot to mention, but we are consistently lowering the attack of the Gogeta here. And one thing that I should point out actually is that Rose Goku Black does provide a 50% defensive increase as well. So that is why, well, one of the reasons why I should say he is tanking so well. But let's see the difference between the tanking capabilities of Zamasu prior to the damage reduction and after the damage reduction. 22,000. Big Bad Boss is active. 22k is pretty solid, but what I really want to try out is the difference between, the passive being active and without it being active, because unfortunately he does need to attack first for the damage reduction to kick in. So I'm going to try it out next turn. As soon as he comes back around, I will see the biggest differences there. But again, he is one of the units that you may consider running if you don't necessarily have too many great options. But he is a great partner for Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Obviously, he doesn't have Super Saiyan, but you can just put the physical Merged Zamasu in the first slot and then have a Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan unit right at the end there. There are just so many possibilities for this team, and it's dope. So I would imagine that some of you, or the large majority of you most likely, have noticed that I'm kind of showcasing units that I normally wouldn't show off. I just feel like a unit like Zamasu, again, tends to get overlooked, primarily because he's just there for the super attack fodder. Granted, I am not saying that he is optimal by any means, because he isn't optimal by any means. But what he provides in terms of his link set cannot be overlooked. I strongly believe that certain units in the game do have incredible uses, despite them not necessarily being the greatest cards in the game. Even the STR Zamasu, he isn't good on a what team am I thinking of here? He isn't good on Extreme STR team for the most part, but on a team like Potara, he would be way better because, for one, of the stat increases that he is getting from this particular team, and also the fact that he is going to share several links with, guys like the physical Merged Zamasu, STR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Obviously, Goku Black is going to be able to tank these hits because of the type advantage, and of course because he has a very high defensive stat and the fact that he gets a defensive increase as well. Now, how much we're going to take this hit for? 33,000, a bit more than what I expected, but that kind of ties in with what I was saying before, or in a different video. You saw right there that initially Goku Black was tanking the hits for like double-digit damage. After the super attack, 4 digits, and it comes down to the fact that these particular bosses do lower the defense of your units. Okay, we are very close to the Dokkan mode here actually, and then I can grab this. So it's pretty much over for your boy Omega Shenron, and very likely going to get a Dokkan mode next turn with the physical Merged Zamasu. But one thing I do want to try out again is hopefully the difference between the tanking prior to the... Oh, it's not going to work out. I was kind of hoping that there was going to be an attack in the first slot, so that I could see the difference. We are getting a defensive increase in the Piccolo as well, but his defensive stack can clearly get very, very high. So maybe if you want a few more units with defensive utility, I mean, you can go ahead and run him. At the moment, his main category, of course, is going to be the Potara category. He has ungodly power as well, but because the UI Goku isn't awakened, we don't know what the overall stat increases are going to be once he officially awakens. For all we know, that particular category is going to have massive increases in health and defense, but not so much in attack. Maybe it's going to have massive increases in all areas. Maybe it's going to be the first lead that provides a 170% stat increase to all of the areas, which would be dope, because the Potara category doesn't provide a 170% defensive increase. You know, categories like Majin Buu Saga, they provide that significant defensive increase, so definitely would like to see that Merged Zamasu on a category that provides a 170% defensive increase. But of course that isn't possible right now, but may be possible in the future once certain units awaken. Who knows? I'll say who knows, but it's more than likely that we are going to get a Future Trunks Saga lead at some point, whether it be Merged Zamasu, it could even be, you know, Rage Trunks. If someone is going to be that particular lead, even maybe LR Goku Black. It's not out of reach. Obviously, we at the moment have an LR Goku Black and Zamasu, but I wouldn't put it past Bandai to just release a solo LR Goku Black card. It's going to happen eventually, 100%, hands down. But we are definitely taking the hits right now. 79,000. He is tanking the hits pretty well, to be fair. But here's my logic. For a super rare unit, 150,000. That is very good. And I know it's kind of reaching here, but if we go back to the olden days, like the real olden days, that is what regular SSRs were like legit hit for. So to see a super rare hit that hard is honestly very impressive to me. And I guess I haven't always been the fairest when taking a look at certain cards, but honestly, I'm totally you believe it. Even though that sounds kind of cringy, probably. But I'm trying to trying to see things from a different perspective when it comes to certain cards, and I just try to be as fair as possible, to be honest. But again, units like Merged Zamasu, they definitely have their, well, he has his uses, and I've probably said that a lot of times now, so I'm gonna stop with that. A lot of uses stuff, but I definitely want to try out a few more of the super rare units that even just, you know, SSRs that we may have overlooked, because I think Merged Zamasu is definitely one of them. But I think once we take out this particular event, I'm going to end it there. And I think I've proven my point. And again, another one of these situations. So I'm going to heal up here. Big Bad Boss is currently not active, but we are getting a 25% defensive increase from the Goku. So I guess it kind of makes up for that, but not really. This is going to be the true test, because Omega Shenron is very hard. And my defensive stat isn't super high right now, but 33,000. I am going to get the damage reduction in here. Consistently over 150k on that attack stat. How hard is he going to hit? Not that hard, but again, he isn't here to hit hard. Like I mentioned multiple times, his main use is that link set. And now the Goku's trying to do what he can do here. But I'm going to try to activate the Big Bad Boss's link, pardon me. And then, you know, just see where we can go from there. So it should be active right now. Oh my word. Of course I fuse. I'm going to get a double fusion, aren't I? I'm getting a double fusion. Yep. There it is. A double fusion actually happened. Well, there you go. If you haven't seen a double fusion before, there you have it. A double fusion. Double LR Vegito fusion in the exact same turn. Well, let's see what happens here then. I think it's very likely that we are going to take him out, even though I kind of wanted to test my thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. 386k, but if we don't end up taking him out, we have to keep in mind what we are really trying to test here, which of course is Zamasu's capability of tanking. With a tight disadvantage against one of the toughest Dokkan events in the game. And now I'm going to take a super attack to the face. You know what? I appreciate this because it's going to allow me to activate that big Gyarados' link. Okay, 133,000. I could actually take him out here if I keep getting the critical counters. Oh boy. But he's going to get the counter off regardless. Well, he's done. He just had to get a critical counter, didn't he? And he dodged as well, just for the disrespect. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I know that I don't necessarily show off super rares, and, you know, with good reason. I think Merged Zamasu is definitely one of the ones that warranted a showcase. I don't know how frequently I'm going to be showing off super rares, but like I said, I feel like he was one warranted. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as always, and if you do want me to showcase particular super rare units in the future, let me know in the comments. But yeah, maybe we'll consider using the Zamasu, maybe for his somewhat decent tanking, maybe for what he provides with his link to units like Super Saiyan, Rose, Goku Black. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day as always, and I will see you all in the next one.